So I'll call the Committee on Rules and Research Committee to order now at 7 o'clock. We'll start with a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty and
liberty
justice.
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Bruce Elstein,
Here.
Eric Paulson,
I'm here.
Bill Mecca,
Here.
Joanne Glasser-Ornstein,
Here.
Donna Sidell, Steve Lemoyne,
Here.
Joe Garrix, and Carl Massaro.
Here.
Very
Okay, Mr. Massaro will sit as a full member because we have a vacancy, so you'll be a voting member tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Now that you've become a member, would you please bring Resolution TC 28-116 to the floor, please?
Certainly. Resolution TC 28-116, be it resolved that the first selectman, having recommended the appointment of Irene Harrigan of 38 Old Dairy Road as a member of the Ethics Commission, Irene Harrigan is hereby appointed as a member of the Ethics Commission for a term extending to the first Monday of December 2024. A 2/3 vote of the full council will be required.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second, Joanne Glasser-Ornstein.
Discussion. I see that Ms. Harrigan is here. Could you tell us your party affiliation and a little bit about why you'd like to serve on the Ethics Commission?
Okay, thank you. Yes, I am a registered Republican in the town of Trumbull. I've lived in Trumbull from 1980 till 2011, and I recently moved back in 2018. I've always been an active member of Trumbull. I was a past treasurer of the Nichols Improvement Association. I served as president of the Nichols Garden Club. And more importantly, I served on the town council between 2003 and 2005. I feel that my background in my professional experience as well, I'm the chief administrative officer for Group Benefit Options. It's a small firm in Shelton. And, we're in the insurance technology field, and my job entails not only the HR responsibility but also compliance and I'm the non-technical CISO. So I think that I'm a pretty fair person from anybody who knows me from the council. I think I listen to all sides, and I don't make a decision until I listen to all the facts. And I think for that reason, I'm probably well suited for the Ethics Commission.
It sure sounds as though you are. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about Ms. Harrigan like to raise now?
Mr. Elstein, this is Tony. Can I just make a comment, if you don't mind?
Yes?
I just want to say hi to Irene, because I haven't seen her in a long time.
Hi, Tony.
And Irene's the one who taught me the ropes back in the day and all this stuff. So Irene is very good. So I just want to let you know. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Irene. I'm glad you came back.
Oh, thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
This is Joanne Glasser-Ornstein. I just having recently attended a meeting of the Essex Commission, I noticed that there weren't any women on the commission. And I wonder if you have any feelings about that, how it may be for you on that commission.
Oh, that wouldn't concern me at all. I'm the only woman in the executive board in my business as well. I'm not shy. I stand for what I believe, and I'm not easily intimidated. So I don't see a problem.
Very good. Anybody else have any questions of Ms. Harrigan?
I was first selectman when she was on the council, and I would agree that she had no reservations whatsoever about speaking her mind. So I'm glad she's back in town. I'm glad she's getting involved. Welcome back, Irene.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Hearing no other input, I'll bring it to a vote. Can we do this by unanimous consent? If anybody disagrees with that, please let me know. Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent.
Thank you.
Mr. Paulson, will you please bring the next resolution?
Yes.
Which is TC 28-117 to the floor, please.
Yes, certainly, Mr. Chair. Resolution TC 28-117, be it resolved that the first selectman, having recommended the appointment of Morag Vance of 53 Meadow Road as a member of the Ethics Commission, Morag Vance is hereby appointed as a member of the Ethics Commission for a term extending to the first Monday of December 2025. A 2/3 vote of the council will be required.
Is there a second?
Bill Mecca, second.
Ms. Vance, I see that you're here on telephone. Can you tell us your party affiliation and why you'd like to serve on the Ethics Commission after being so involved with politics in the past as first selectman?
Guilty as charged. I am a Republican. And as far as serving on the Ethics Commission is concerned, the only reason I'm here and doing this is because Vicki called me and asked me if I would be willing to serve on the commission. And I blindly said yes. What else do you need from me?
Nothing more. I think we all know your qualifications. Does anybody have any questions of Ms. Vance? Hearing none, I'll bring it to a vote. Can we take this by unanimous consent? If anybody disagrees, could they let me know? Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Thank you, Ms. Vance, for willing to serve.
Thank you very much, and have a great meeting. I think I'll just bug out now.
Thank you. Would Mr. Lemoyne please bring TC 28-118 to the floor, please?
Certainly. Resolution TC 28-118, be it resolved that the first selectman, having recommended Raymond G. Baldwin Jr. of 700 Booth Hill Road for reappointment to the Police Commission, Raymond G. Baldwin Jr. is hereby reappointed for a term extending to the first Monday of December 2025.
Is there a second?
Bill Mecca, second.
Mr. Baldwin, I see that you're here. Could you please state your party affiliation and why, after being on the commission and first selectman, you would want to continue in that role?
Yeah, my party affiliation is Democrat. I'd like to continue on. I'm going to preface what I'm about to say that I had little to do with it, but in the last 3 years, the Trumbull Police Department has achieved a number of major accomplishments. Chief among them is the first time that they've been received state accreditation as a police department. We've continued a aggressive minority hiring program. We've completed a major renovation of the cell block, firing range, and lockers. We've created the Trumbull's first juvenile review board. And just as importantly, the police chief and his team have kept their budget in line with the allotted amount over the last 6 years, actually, with no request for supplemental funding, even given the situation, the shortfall we've had in recruiting and the challenges they face with COVID and some other things. So I'd like to continue on another 5 years as a member of the commission.
Applaud you for the work that you've done and that you'll continue to do. Does anybody else have any questions of Mr. Baldwin? Hearing none, I propose that this pass by unanimous consent. If anybody disagrees, please let me know. Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Ms. Glasser-Ornstein, would you please bring resolution TC 28-119 to the floor, please?
Certainly. Resolution TC 28-119, be it resolved that the reappointment by the first selectman of Donald S. Botch of 24 Colonial Drive is hereby approved as a member of the Golf Course Commission for a term extending to the first Monday of December 2023.
Is there a second?
Sorrow, second.
Mrs. Botch, would you please tell us a little about your party affiliation and why you'd like to serve on the Golf Course Commission?
Okay, well, thank you. I am unaffiliated, a longtime resident of Trumbull, a longtime golfer at Tashua. I have tremendous, great affection for the course. I previously served as chairman of the Golf Commission circa 2010. I was chairman this last year, 2020. It was an extremely challenging year with COVID restrictions, but I think we did quite well implementing them and ending up with a successful season. I believe I bring the knowledge and energy to continue to make Tashua one of the leading golf courses and public courses anyway in the state of Connecticut. And I would very much like to continue to help it improve and get better and be a mecca for golf in the state.
Well, thank you for your willingness to continue to serve, and the Golf Course Commission will be well served by your continuing. Does anybody have any questions of Mr. Espach? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote by unanimous consent. If anybody disagrees, can you please let me know? Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mecca, would you please bring TC 28-120 to the floor?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Resolution TC 28-120 be resolved that resolution TC 28-44 as adopted on March 2nd, 2020 is hereby amended to expand the Trumbull Veterans and First Responders Center Building Committee membership to 8 members, including 2 town council members, provided that such members shall not be from the same political party, and 6 electors of the town of Trumbull.
Is there a second?
Eric Paulson, I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, the reason for this, Mary Beth Thornton stepping down, as we know, as chairman of the town council, coming off the town council. Quite honestly, without her leadership and her energy, we would not be at a point where we are today with the Trumbull Veterans and First Responders building. Between her and Rita Bacalar, we secured the site. We secured the support of all the boards and commissions. We've secured funding, partial funding anyway, from the town, and a pretty substantial grant of $128,000+ from the state of Connecticut. And I would very much like to see Mary Beth stay on to the conclusion of this project and the completion of the building.
Thank you. Any other discussion about this resolution?
If I could, Mr. Elstein, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Mr.
Shore, thank you.
I'm certainly sad to see that Mary Beth is going to be leaving us. I'm not going to say too much tonight, but I will at another time. I do encourage everyone to vote yes for this resolution so that Mary Beth could continue on this committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any other comments, concerns, questions? Hearing none, I'll call to a vote. I'll call it by unanimous consent unless anybody voices their disagreement. Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Mr. Massaro, will you please bring resolution TC 28-121 to the floor, please?
Resolution TC 28-121, be it resolved that Mary Beth Thornton of 40 Sturbridge Lane be and the same is hereby appointed as a member of the Trumbull Veterans and First Responders Center Building Committee. This resolution is to become effective upon the resignation of Mary Beth Thornton as a member of the town council.
Is there a second?
I'll second
I'll
Steve
second.
Lemoyne.
Ms. Thornton, would you please state your party affiliation and why the heck you would want to continue to serve in any capacity for the town at the present time?
Yes, I'll be happy to let everyone know I'm a registered Democrat. And although I will be giving up my seat on the town council in District 2 because my husband and I will be moving out of District 2 on December 18th, which means the good people of District 2 who elected me, I can no longer serve them. We are moving to Tashua. But I could and did not want to give up my seat on this building committee. This is near and dear to my heart. I think it's one of the best projects that Trumbull has ever conceptualized, to bring back what was the VFW building into something that would be a focal point for our town. So I'm hoping to serve and continue to serve on that committee, regardless whether I'm an elected official or not.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions of Ms. Thornton? Hearing none, I'll call it for a vote by unanimous consent unless anybody voices their disagreement now. Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Mr. Paulson, will you please bring resolution TC 28-122 to the floor?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Resolution TC 28-122. Be it resolved that Don Contafio of 72 Tate Road, being the same, is hereby appointed as a town council representative on the Trumbull Veterans and First Responders Center Building Committee.
Is there a second?
Second, Joanne Ornstein.
Ms. Contafio, will you state your party affiliation and why you'd like to serve on this committee, among all the others you do?
I would, Mr. Chairman. I'm Dawn Contafio. I'm a registered Democrat, and I will be filling the other seat held by Town Council Representative Mr. Stephen Lemoyne for the Republican caucus. And I'm flattered to be asked to serve at the Trumbull Veterans and First Responders Center Building Committee. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free.
Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I'll call it to a vote by unanimous consent. If anybody disagrees, please let me know now. Hearing none, it'll pass by unanimous consent. Thank you very much for your willingness to serve, both Ms. Contafio and Ms. Thornton.
Thank you.
I don't think there's any further business to come before the committee tonight, so I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? Ms. Ornstein's the second. I see your wave. And we'll be adjourned. Thank you very much.